lot more can be said about Wishbone, now in its 5th year at 3300 North Lincoln. We stopped in to see how things have been going at the new location and what plans this family-run business has for the future.
So I've been watching the show Carnival, and I thought about Wishbone. And this is Guy Nixon, and it's sort of a big top here. Explain what Wishbone is.
Well, it's known as the furcula. It's a means of, it's an oracle, it's a divination. For us, it's a restaurant. We do Southern Reconstruction cooking. And David, I think you first showed up and we were a tiny little 23-seat restaurant on the west side of Chicago. On West Grand Avenue. And as a matter of fact, that staff moved up to this location, but we since opened up near Oprah Winfrey's on West Washington Boulevard. And the food has always been Southern Reconstruction cooking.
What does that mean? What are they reconstructing?
It's Southern cooking for thinking people. So in other words, we don't use lard and we don't use, I think we're probably the only Southern restaurant that doesn't have deep fat fryers. And
Really?
we kind of don't use more sugar than we have to, at least not outside the desserts. And so people know us for being vegetarian or healthy, as well as comfort foods.
And of course, you've got the art on the wall painted by?
That's, we're a family business. My brother is a chef, and that's our mother, Leah, who painted all the paintings really in the restaurant.
So let's talk about some of this Reconstruction food.
Well, a lot of people don't associate grits with shrimp, but that's a Southern dish. It's quite rich. We use it more as an appetizer, but it's popular for primarily sharing, I think. A lot of people have it for breakfast. It has bacon in it, a cream base, and wine, and shrimp. We do a range, so like this would be a traditional American meal of roast turkey, which we do certain nights of the week, and it has a sausage stuffing with it and mashed sweet potatoes with pecans on top, and then we make our own cranberry sauce. So the coleslaw is a vinaigrette coleslaw. Again, this is what we call our comfort food. You know, for people who are big eaters, it's very popular in the winter. Other dishes that we have, like people would come for blackened salmon or catfish. That's a very lean dish because it's just seared in Cajun spices. This macaroni and cheese dish actually has a little bit of a story behind it. Patti LaBelle got us that recipe because we were cooking for Oprah's studio, and she insisted that we do it her way, and so it's quite a good macaroni and cheese, if I do say so myself.
I understand she's quite the chef, Patti LaBelle.
She is. So our hat is off to her for this one dish. Crab cakes are quite well known. We do North Carolina style, which is blue claw. We don't use a lot of the breading in it, and they're spicy. We also do a crawfish cake and a salmon cake, and everybody's got their favorite, but crab cakes are we're acknowledged by Rolling Stone as being one of our strong suits. So. What can I say?
Rolling Stone, Patti LaBelle, Oprah Winfrey,
right.
The Shy Man.
And,
all right.
Yeah, the guy down on the street. No.
Okay, we gotta hit these desserts.
Okay, yeah. But don't forget, black-eyed peas, good luck on New Year's. That's Hoppin' John, sauteed spinach. So, the desserts are all made at this location. We get them down to Washington, but that's a peach cobbler right there, quite popular, especially in spring. The bread pudding is a traditional bread pudding where we use bourbon inside the caramel sauce. Most of the time you get pecan pie and you think of it as diner food, and it's really just a lot of goo with a few pecans on top. This, as you can see, is really heavy on pecans. Again, it's a rich dessert, so always good to share with somebody you care about. And
before we get into politics, why don't you give them your phone number here and your address and when you're open?
Well, our phone number here is 773-549-BONE. That's 2663. Our address is 3300 North Lincoln Avenue. We're near that intersection of Belmont, Ashland, and Lincoln. And we serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day, except for Monday, we don't serve dinner. On Saturday and Sunday, we serve a brunch, which is hugely popular, up until 2:30.
And don't forget, if you stop by, they don't have a smoking section, but they do have a kids-free room over there.
Right, we have a children's menu. We've been very popular with families, but we needed to create a special refuge for parents, adults who want to talk. And that's in this back room over there, which is an interesting little refuge for people.
Cheers.
Thanks.